Well, good evening, everybody. It's Grizzly. How's everybody doing tonight? Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Bryanna was not able to make it tonight for a show, but lo and behold, from Australia, we had Kath that's filling in. Kath, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. Thanks. How's everyone?
Oh, it's so nice. Thanks for coming on such a short notice. I greatly appreciate that. So what's going on in your life today?
Not much is happening at the moment. It's a bit hot. Not a lot happening. I was considering trying to have a boomerang throw, which I may do later on, but all's pretty quiet here.
Right. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. The ones that don't know you.
Okay. Well, I'm Kath. I'm an Aussie. I remote view. I dowse. I fossick. I'm into Reiki. That's pretty much it. I like to find missing people. I like to find vugs, as in gemstone vugs. I like the bush. I like quiet. I like rivers, that type of thing. And I've got a pussycat lying here all cuddled up. And I've been after this guy that I think I've got pretty close to. The girls helped me the other day. That was really good when we had that chat. Carol Ann. That was good. But I've kind of hit an end where I need help to actually go there. So I'm stuck.
Yeah, you know what's funny, ladies and gentlemen, that she does have psychic abilities. And very interesting. She actually came on another show that I was doing with two other well-known psychics, and she come on just to say hello, and and she actually got readings herself that just like blew her out of the mind, or blew her mind out. And for example, I want to say this. So, what do you think about the heartstones?
Straight off, like on my table, my dining room table, I have like 6 or 7 different faceted hearts, different gemstones. But around the house, because I'm always glued to the ground, my head's always glued to the ground looking for stuff. I've been finding heart-shaped stones, like just rocks, or nothing's worth a fortune, but just really nice shaped river rocks, heart-shaped river rocks. And that this lady straight in. It was so good. And also, when we were discussing the poor man that I'm trying to find, what the girl said really helped out as far as like the actual, hopefully the actual search, because of the metals etc mentioned. It'll make it so much easier because we're just taking a metal detector, one of those geo type things. I would imagine could see metal, big chunks of metal. I don't know, but that was so fantastic. They zoomed straight in, the girls. They were really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, they had no idea about the heart-shaped stones, and they told her that it was a sign of her mother leaving those for her to find them. And she was just like blown away, because usually it's very strange for other psychics or mediums or anybody with abilities to get read, especially live. And not only that, but then it got turned into one of Kat's missing person cases that she was working on. And then they were collaborating back and forth on this case that she's working on. It's like, whoa. So this is like really awesome. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, what we have is we have a group just for special people like her that are the real deal. that we go to on certain things for our shows that we know beyond a reasonable doubt we know they're real. They're going to give us true information. They're not going to give us BS. If they don't know, they don't know. You know, because they're not always going to be like, okay, this is what I need, because these people don't ask us questions. We ask them, okay, we're going to do something. What do you need from us? You know, and usually I let Sport Cat do this because Sport Cat is the one that keeps me pure, because some of the psychics I know, and that way they can't tap into my mind and find out information. So, but anyways, Kat is a part of this group, and since Bryanna was unable to make the show tonight, I put a message out there. I was like, "Help me!" You know, at the last minute, and I put the link out, and Kat was like, "Wow, pow!" Right in the background. I was like, "Thank you."
My pleasure.
Yeah, so yeah, welcome to the show. Yeah, so anybody out there in La La Land, which I call it, thank you, all the admins and moderators of Facebook for letting me stream live out in your groups. Thank you very much. Much appreciated love. We got a comment come in. Tiffany's like, I failed you. No, you probably would have entertained the hell out of us. So yes, that is true. Yeah. That would have been interesting. So yeah, no, you never fail me. Grizzly says hello, and I said hello back. So yeah, absolutely. But if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, you know, come on, let me know. What I will do is, Jimmy, are you going to come on the show tonight? I will send you the link and bring you on, Jimmy. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, Kat. I do
No
this all the
worries.
damn time. There we go.
No
Jimmy,
worries.
I will send you the link, and you come on and ask away any questions. Jimmy is a good guy. I think the world of him. Appalachian Tales of Terror. He lives in Harlan County, Kentucky. Boy, does he got some stories, man! I tell you. But you're not in bed yet. And last time he was like, "Well, I'm in bed." I was like, "Well, just film from the head up." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly right.
You don't have to show anything. So let's see here. Buck Hudson just personally messaged me. No rush, but I thought you'd holler and see what's up, sir. Sorry. Oh, that's in something else. Okay, that's fine. So so ladies and gentlemen, I've got like different things running in the background to make sure everything's running right. That's why I keep my pants on. I guess that is Brenda. Brenda, is that you? Now, if this is Brenda, she said she's going to mail me a sippy cup. So I'm holding her to that. Whatever sippy cup with the lid, I am expecting. That would be true and dear to my heart. But Jimmy, let me know if you want the link. Anybody wants the link, let me know. I'll send it out to you, man. Absolutely. Okay, I'm here. There you go, Brenda. Brenda, would you like to come on the show tonight? You've never been on the show live. Would you like to come on and say hello and maybe ask a question? Kat, she was actually in law enforcement too. Yes, she says you are getting your cup. Please just don't make it My Little Ponies or My Kitty or whatever it's called, so I can use it on the air. So yeah, thank you, hon. I appreciate it. But Brenda, would you like to come on and ask any questions? It is open mic night tonight until 10 o'clock. So this is your all's chance. Kat will tell you whatever she can. That'd
I was
be
pretty scared the
interesting.
first time
Why?
because I don't even do faces, whatever, yeah, selfies. I've no involvement in this at all. So Brenda, don't feel frightened.
Well, that's good. I'm sitting here with my dye and New York hair and get ready to get in the shower. Ooh, TMI, baby, TMI. Facebook user, I was on the other side, not law enforcement, but maybe on the fringe of things. Well, that's fine. Would you like to come on? If you do, here's my actual Facebook account where you can actually send me a personal message. That way I can send you a link to the show. If anybody that usually Sport Cat is finding a couch. That's what she said. But if anybody out there sends me a friend request, since Facebook limits me to only 5,000 friends, I got tired of trying to pick, should I stay or should I go? And it was awful because I felt so bad because I had to let people go to gain members of all my other friends in the paranormal realm. And I got tired of trying to figure out who do I boot and who do I let them stay. So I came up with the Facebook page. So now I don't have to say no to nobody. So absolutely. But Brenda, that's what he's been doing, lazy. Well, Sport Cat's been under a little stress, but there's my Facebook group name, Grizzly Chris. That's my personal webpage or Facebook group page for myself. And I say personal. So, yes, that is my POV, or I should say POF, personal. No, PVO. I can't remember what a personal vehicle. Yeah, a law enforcement term. So what's been going on with you, Kat? I mean, anything interesting?
Not really. I was very quiet. Just been working on that, the one close to me and the other, the boys. But while we were just talking then, you know how you have all those people go missing out in the forests, the national parks and that over your way? Has there been much on that lately?
So there's a lot of things that happens. David Pilati, ex-law enforcement officer, he's the one on missing 411. Yeah. So actually, Jonathan Willis, I see that you're watching, and I am sending you the link as I'm speaking. But we have a lot of people that go missing in parks, national parks, the Appalachian Trail, where Jimmy lives, not too far from where I live. It was really not too far from where I lived when I lived in Lexington. Yes, Brenda, I see POV. That's a personal vehicle. Thank you. Scarborough Cat, what is your favorite color for a gemstone?
Well, if you were to ask what my favorite gemstone would be Alexandrite or any sort of color change, sapphire. Blues mostly.
Well, see over there, you have a lot of gemstones in Australia, don't you?
They're close by me. That's why I kind of like my fossicking and my stones. There's one area not far from where I live, and it's only the only geological area of that sort that we've got emeralds. You can find beautiful tourmalated quartz and beautiful sapphires. Like it's about probably hour and a half would get me into the fields from here.
Oh, wow.
Love it. That's why I like my dowsing, because with my dowsing, I can just go boom.
Wow.
Saves a lot of extra shoveling and, panning and the whole bit. I love my dowsing.
Now, I do want Aussie gold when they go out and search for gold in Australia. God, I love that stuff. I mean, I'm always open-minded. I watch anything from paranormal all the way up to spiritual, all the way up to the history, ancient civilization, ancient aliens, all that stuff. Scarborough says, blues, thank you, Sapphire. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two people backstage. One of them's BFRO 812. Welcome to the show. He is a Bigfoot person. Hello there. How you doing?
Sorry, I was eating potato chips.
That's all right. I didn't mean to catch you off hand. I wasn't paying attention. And also we have Stormy. Yes, welcome, Stormy. So
Hi.
what kind of storm are you brewing up?
I'm Sport Cat's daughter, so all of the storms.
Oh, my Lord. That's right. Right. Unbelievable. So Scarborough says, cool, right on. Been real interested. Try to dowsing. So yeah, so you are an actual dowser, am I correct?
What?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I love my dowsing. I've been doing it since I was probably, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. Nothing
Wow.
serious, just mucking around, like I'm not into anything heavy. Finding things, mapping people, mostly vugs. I like to find my vugs. Then I can find.
Oh, nothing seriously, but yes, she's very modest, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. She's very good at what she does, very accurate. I can tell you that. So, yeah. So, what kind of tools do you use to douse?
Depends. Depends what I'm looking for. Like if I'm mapping, I've got to have a fine point. If I'm out in the field looking for my vugs, I try and get a heavier one, more like a plumber's bob, kind of something a bit heavier. And then if I'm going for water, I have used the wires, but I'm not very good. I wouldn't say I'm as good as I am with the dowsing. Like when I learnt with the wires, I went with a man. He's a real pro, old bloke, really good at it, really good at it. When he was going along, he had the wires and I had my dowsing kind of following along or beside him to see if I was getting the same action that he was getting or if he was getting more action or if I was picking up finer veins and he was picking up with the wires. Anyway, that was interesting. I found that tricky. Like you really need someone with you to begin with so you can understand the different levels of the width of, say, the creek, because there's 3 parts to the find, where the flow is, where the sides come in, and where they part, kind of thing. And then there's like vortex is the same with ley lines and that. You get important parting, bigger divides than little divides as where the water flows. So I found that pretty tricky. So I stuck to my dowsing after that because I don't feel I'm good enough with the wires, but I do practice with them. But if I've got nothing, I just use my chain on my neck or there's a blink method where you can learn to blink your yes and no's. Like if you don't have something on you, you feel like you want something on you, you can learn to do the blink method. That's really good. There's another method where your body will rock for your yes and no's. So it depends what I'm up to. If I'm at home doing what we're doing, with the boys and stuff like that, I'm dowsing with a small pendulum. It's here somewhere. I'll grab it. Just depends what I'm looking for, really, and what's in the car.
Right. That's amazing that you use multiple tools. Well, BFRO 812. I know what 812 stands for. That stands for Indiana area code.
Southern Indiana.
Yes, it does. So what's going on with you, sir? Any news on Sasquatch in Southern Indiana?
Well, I will say I've logged so far this year a total of 94 miles since the first of the year. And that's, foot research, Hoosier National Forest, and Morgan Monroe State Forest, Charles Dean Wilderness as well. Was actually just out there this past weekend with my son. We did the Patton Cave Trail, and we decided to pull off about 200 yards off the trail and set up our camp. And I can't really say we saw anything. He says he saw something. I looked, can see where something was bedded down in that area, but I never seen anything. We had a weird smell the next morning when we were coming out too. So, I mean, with some sort of visual and that smell, like there's a little bit of evidence there's something in the area, so it may be worth checking out again.
All right. Anything been thrown at you lately?
No, that was just last summer. A lot of rocks.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy I'm hooking up with. I got my boat ready. I got a ton of trail cams. I know, ladies and gentlemen, everybody says it doesn't work. I got the new ones. It doesn't have infrared. It's up to 90 feet. Only thing I have to buy is one of those real light 4 or 5 pound lanterns that extend to like 14 feet. So I'm going to put them up in the trees too. So I can have cam on cam on cam on cam. So no matter
I'm actually
what
really
direction,
excited to see how you fit all of this in a boat to get where
well,
I'm going.
the boat is one of those boats that you use for whitewater rafting, right?
Aircraft carrier.
And then I've got a fold up wagon where you can put everything in, and so yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to do it,
It
man.
is, it's a good thing I'm younger than you because
you
I'm gonna be
know,
helping you pack that boat up on the shore for a little bit because there's gonna be
yeah,
some tree crossings we got to do, brother. I'm telling you.
yeah, and you know, I got a bad back, so that's
And
what
I
makes
got
it
the bad
worse.
back.
So yeah, we'll figure it out. So what do you have in question for Kat tonight? Since we didn't get to make you last time.
Well, I'm interested in the dowsing. The dowsing's always been just such a fascinating subject for me, and I've noticed with dowsing rods, there's I've seen aluminum, I've seen brass, I've seen bronze, I've seen wood. Now, depending on what you're looking for, is that going to depict your material that your dowsing rods are made out of?
In general, I would say no. Like the original dowsing sticks are wood, and the best ones I think apple. I think is one of them, and another wood that we don't have here. You probably got it. I'll look it up later for you. But
I've always
then
heard willow because willows will seek out water in the ground, so I've always heard willow branches.
yeah, and willow's really flexy. Like easy to move about. In all the old books and things, they used apple. I don't think it really matters unless, like they say, I think it's copper that's more conductive. With
Copper,
electricity
yeah,
and things like
copper or
that.
gold is very conductive. So I would assume like if you're looking for like a precious metal or something more spiritual, I would think the copper or gold being extremely conductive would be the better option, right? I mean,
Yeah. But I'm not a pro on the electrics as that side of things, but I know some people prefer the copper. Some people, like I just go and cut a bit of fencing wire. Like it's the intent usually. As to, I don't find it makes any difference with my tools. As long as I've got my head in the right place, I've got my questions succinct. There's no sort of contamination about the place that could, like if you're using some sort of wire type of rod, you can have interference from other wires and stuff that's lying about, possibly. That's why I kind of like to keep natural, like whatever comes to me at the time. Obviously, that's what I should use. So I just use that. But
now,
sorry.
sorry, but with your dowsing being more like energy intuitive, is it more difficult in areas like I would say more urban areas where there's more, electrical power lines and stuff like that run around and
No.
plumbing and things underneath the ground?
No. As long as you've got your question is still succinct and you're staying in tune with exactly what track you're on, no. I don't find it. If you got if anyone's playing games around about the place, it's possible. Within your field of search area, you can have some people play games. But No, as long as you keep in tune and your intent's solid, it shouldn't matter what you're using. Like if I can blink and do it, or you can blink and do it, or all of us can, or we can rock, I don't think the tool is more a connection to visually seeing your subconscious become conscious, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. I love it.
Cool, thanks. Because you can use anything, like it's your guts, that it's your energy that's you're like
intuition.
Confident. Yeah, like because I'm the least confident person you'll ever find on the planet. I have no self-confidence whatsoever.
Bet.
But that in a way that it kind of empties your head, so that I guess I'm starting from a baseline of self-doubt. so my baseline's pretty crap. So from there on in, it's solid because there's no interference because I'm already on crap line. You know what I mean? Like I'm not into ego. I'm not into being up myself. I'm not into anything like. I don't look at myself. So I'm not looking for anything that's not bad. Okay. Someone cut in.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think you got good. I mean, everybody doubts themselves. But, you actually asked some good questions. That was some questions that I had I didn't know about. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you got questions like that, ask, because there's other people out there that don't know the answers to that. And I want to know.
But I always speak what's in my heart. So if it helps anyone, but I'm no pro.
Yeah, well, okay. Absolutely.
With your dowsing again, if you don't mind, I would like to dwell into that.
Yep.
So now I've done, asking questions with a pendulum and writing a mat, yes, no, numbers, directions, and all that. And I've always felt very intuitive personally. Won't go into my explanations of why I've always felt that, but do you find your dowsing, do you find it to be easier to find an object or find answers to questions when trying it? Like if you're directly looking for, this is where something's buried and waiting for the rods to cross, or waiting for them to answer a question.
Again, depending on what I'm looking for. I lost it then. Sorry, I lost it. I went blank. Mapping, I'm pretty good at. Only, I think, because I've got one of those analytical minds where I keep asking questions like, but what about this? But what about that? But what if this stuff happened? Or what if that happened? Like, I've been told, I think, in too much black and white. So in, say, the last 10 years, 15 years, I've had to kind of behave myself, I guess people say, and always remember the grey area. So that I'm better at my questions, thinking of the grey area instead of being black and white, because if I stay black and white, I'm not allowing for these any anomalies, like I'm always careful when, this is the one I use mostly.
Oh,
it's Bob. I'll show you my other ones. I'll grab them in a sec. With the mapping, and with the black and white, and the back to grey, sorry. Without the grey areas, you might miss something. And also, like, stupid questions. That the other day I was playing around. I don't mean playing around, but one of the questions was, what were these people doing? Were they playing sports? What were they doing? Why were they out there? So
Found mine.
as I kept delving back down, I realized, because I couldn't get any answers, I just kept going deeper and deeper. I couldn't get any answers. I realized what a twit I was, because sports is also a part of sports field. And then the whole narrative began again. So that's why now I'm into the grey. Like, I've got to be careful with the grey area. I can't be just straight, yep, safe, not safe, black, white. A lot of it's in the questioning. But as far as stones and finding people and what you're saying about the treasure,
Mm-hmm.
With the rods, a good diviner would be good at it, where they cross. Like, they cross. But if you got your pendy, you train your pendy. You've got your yes, no, you've got your maybes, you've got ask again, you've kind of got your recalibrate. I have to be careful because you've got southern hemisphere all the time, and I want to always make sure that, because I used to douse up in the Middle East, and I realized the difference between the southern and northern hemisphere. So I'm really careful about that now. Side real time is a good thing to investigate.
Now, being the different hemispheres and the different parts of the world, there's, different ground textures. Like here, I'm in the Midwest. Our dirt in Indiana has a lot of clay. We've got a lot of sandstone, a lot of limestone. Yep. And then you're talking about being in the desert. It's, a lot of solid sand. Does the, material of the ground, does that density mess with anything with, your divining and dowsing?
Yes, good question. Granite. If you're on granite, you get not totally different, but it's a bit harder to get in there because it's solid, more depth. Whereas if you've got soft, sandy, loamy stuff, then you've got your clay. In those situations, if I'm going for water, I like soil. So I like growing things in soil, stuff. So I'm interested in the soil. So if you're dowsing and you're trying to find certain gems or whatever, you've got your geological levels of soil. So, you've got your soft stuff, then you go down into your schist and your clay. So if I was looking for water, I'd be very interested. I always am interested in the soil, because that will make a difference in trying to zone into my depth measurements and to, like, how many gallons per minute of water is going to pump, that type of stuff. Because if you're going to drill, you really need to know, like, this is where I've never been. I've worked with council people. They've phoned me up and they've had, like, pipes they're losing water somewhere or they're losing gas somewhere. So they phoned me up and they said, look, we can't find it. Any ideas where it is, Kath? So then I was able to zone back in and find where I thought, was the leak. So the guys went out there and they actually checked it. But I've never been with anybody to find, get my results. No, 100% feedback, unless I'm there finding stones, gold or whatever, animals or,
A rock hound. That's what we call them. That's what we call them here. There's people that can just find their crystals and stones or arrow points and all that. We call them rock hounds.
I love it. Like, my house has pretty much had to be repaired because of all the rocks in this house.
Now, your accent, where are you from?
I'm an Aussie, New South Wales, but apparently I've got a terrible accent, even in Australia.
Well, I have a very good friend of mine who's from Melbourne originally, so it's why I had to ask.
Yeah, that's different. It's funny, you don't think when you're an Aussie that there are different, like, sounds, but there are when you're overseas. You can notice where the different people are from.
Yeah.
But my accent's pretty bad. Like, Aussies tell me I'm bad.
See, and that's what she told me when we first met and was talking, and she was like, you just sound like the stereotypical television American redneck is what everybody says, you know. I was like, no. So I love the Australian accent. Like I said, I'm so super interested in the dowsing, and that's why I'm asking the questions I'm asking, because I want to know more.
So what are you interested in finding?
Well, like I said, the questions I asked about the materials, you know, what can actually be derived from dowsing. I mean, I'm big into my like vision quests, you know, burning herbs and drinking my teas and stuff that I've done to get my questions answered, and so far it has gave some pretty great results, some not so great results, but I'm always interested in learning other ways to answer my questions. So dowsing just seems super interesting.
Well, I've been lost a lot in my life, and
lost but never found.
Yeah, I don't think I exist a lot of the times, but I don't really care. But when I was
existence is pain, and we love it. It's okay.
When I was really stuck one time, I got into medicine cards with Jamie Sams, and those medicine cards were the only thing that could help me. You know, when nothing can help you answer a question, you've got no one to help you. Or what do I do? Help! You know. Anyway, these cards were fantastic. They really helped me out a lot. So I'm right into earth medicine, with medicine healing, earth medicine, all of it. I've got no trust. Grizzly, I'm always honest like this. What you see is what you get. Sorry.
That's right. That's right. That's why you're in the group.
So then after that, sometimes you couldn't get I didn't want to delve too deeply into cards. So with that, after that, I got into Reiki, got my mastership, but I'm not really good with people. So touching was a problem, like not everybody likes to be touched and not everybody likes to touch. And you have to be super sensitive with people, anyone, animals, anything, to ask that question first. And the same with the dowsing. I always ask my Pendy, feel like dowsing? Yeah, and then I calibrate. So I'll go, feel like dowsing, and the Pendy will go, yeah, or no, or nothing. So I'll go, oh, righto. So in a way, that gives me a message saying that I shouldn't do it now. So then, maybe later. So I'll come back and say, I feel like dowsing. Pendy will go, yep. So then I'll recalibrate, say, do my yeses and nos, hemispheres, and then start. But the Reiki was good because I like to do distance healing. I like to help, things and people and animals and all that. I've always been into the stones. My family, we're into antiques and jewelry, and my dad's a wheat breeder, so he specialised in high elevation. So he would grow certain varieties depending on where the people are, what countries, where, high up in the mountains. But that was fantastic for me and Mummy, because Daddy would bring us back gemstones. and then we'd go and design and build jewelry.
What's your favorite gemstone?
Daddy would find us stones, and then we'd make up all the jewels. Really good. But then after the Reiki,
can somebody check their mic? We're getting a lot of feedback.
It's echoing.
Feedback. Oh. There we go.
Bit better. Are you echoing?
There's a squeak. And an echo.
Let's see.
Yes.
I don't think it's hold on. I can tell who it's from. I think it's Stormy. Hold on, Stormy. Let me see. Testing. Yes, Stormy, it was you. I muted your mic. Busted. So see if you can get that fixed or something.
Cool.
Are you on the cell phone? Okay, I'll mute you. You're up next. Do you have YouTube running or Facebook running in the background? No? All right. We're going to go ahead and go to our next guest. I just checked Scarborough. So BFRO 812, we got to have you back. Thank you for making it to the show.
Yep, let me get this on this tripod. What's up?
Yeah, so that's awesome, man. Thanks for coming along. William Willis is coming up next after Stormy.
Oh man, hey, there's my second in command.
Yeah, so we'll have him on next after Stormy. So take care, BFRO 812.
Boy.
Talk to you soon. Thanks again. All right, bye-bye. Where's Stormy go? There we go. Oh, yeah. Can you turn your volume down? Volume.
Yeah, I can hear it now.
There we go.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. So how you doing?
I'm feeling okay, but not great.
Oh, so what's going on with you today?
Fighting off a head cold. Fighting off a head cold and fighting with animals.
Oh.
So sorry, he's jealous because now I'm suddenly talking to other people. So
unbelievable. So what questions do you have?
He's been laying on the floor being good until he heard you say that you were muting me, and then he was like, "What?" So, how you doing today, Kath?
Let's go. Blabbing on.
What's your favorite gemstone? What's your favorite gemstone? You were talking about it. I'm pagan, and I love all the gemstones. So
yeah. I don't know that I've got a fave. I've always liked Alexandrites, but I like color change things. They've always been my fave, I think. Alexandrites.
It's pretty stone. That's my birthstone.
Is it?
It's better than the pearl.
All right.
It's June, so I say Alexandria right over the pearl any day.
Yeah, I think scorps aren't supposed to have pearls either. Pearls or opals. I'm a scorp.
Just not my speed.
Any stones around where you live? Do you go fossicking?
I actually haven't went out and looked, but I'm always picking up rocks of varying calibers. I currently have a whole bunch in storage that I picked up. I used to be a truck driver, so I picked up stones all over the U.S. while I was driving. So I have quite the collection in my storage unit in Georgia. So
I can imagine.
One of my favorite pieces is one that my buddy gave me that we dug out of the backyard, and it's a big giant piece of quartz that's probably, I don't know, maybe 30 pounds.
Wow.
It's huge. And I set it in the backyard by the garden so that when you walk by the walkway, it's right there guarding the house. So
beautiful.
So I use selenite all the time. I love rocks.
Yeah. People have asked me, because I've got rocks everywhere. Like, one day I'll get this and take you all outside and show you. They're not spectacular or anything. They're good rocks, tolminated quartz, that type of rocks.
Like the rocks that I like may not be the right rocks that you like, but everybody has their own take on them. Exactly. I collect them. I like different shapes and styles. Labradorite is my favorite out of all of them. And that's the one that I carry around with me the most. That and the moonstone and the sunstone. So
beautiful.
Tiger's eye,
Yeah. It depends what you feel like.
All right, Kat. I have to interrupt. So somebody has asked a question regarding the storm, and they want to know: has she found the love of her life?
Did I miss something?
It's probably Sport Cat asking that question. Sidebar. Since I'm on here, and I know that he's on here, I've seen him comment.
So that's the question.
So what's the question?
Have I found the love of my life?
Oh, would you like me to answer that?
Sure.
Okay, I'll have a crack at it. Hang on. I've got to get my big one. I can't find the other one. Hang on a sec. Okay. Now, have you found the love of your life? Okay, hang on. And are we talking about a human?
Yes.
Daddy says he owns a gun.
At this moment in time, yes.
Wow.
Cool.
Daddy. Maybe I need to send you a free bottle to put this on Emily's sleeves.
To keep
We've
the
got
demons
enough
away.
Tourmaline to sort us out.
So old Bear needs a picture for a wedding. I could actually marry you. But yeah, so what do you think about that, Stormy?
No preachers. I'm pagan, so
I know. But what do you think about your answer, though?
I pretty much already assumed. So I consult with my spirit guides quite often. I use pendulums. I use tarot cards. So so
Somebody just says the love of your life
is watching.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I just upped your views by like a whole bunch, Grizzly. Yeah. I was like, I don't feel good, but I'm gonna go on here because he's asked twice now, so I'll go on.
Hey, Daddy.
So
all right.
Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that.
All right, Stormy. Thank you for coming on. I got another guest backstage. Thanks for waiting.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Daddy, I'm sorry, but the truth has been spoken. So, yeah. All right, next up, we have William Willis. Hello there, kind sir. How are you doing? William, you're live. Or did he freeze? Nanu. Mr. William Willis, can you hear me? Hey, you out in the hallway, can you hear me? Yeah, I can't do the Pink Floyd too well, but I think he froze. So I'm going to just kick him and see if he'll come back in. Daddy, BFR 812, let him know he froze. Tell him to come back in. We're waiting. So Sergeant Cat, her man, her daddy, and Bestie are all here. So wow. So all her family is watching. I cannot believe Old Bear is on too watching. I mean, like, he is one of my favorite guys. Yes. No, we're not that way. I think we really have a connection. Not that way. He's just very personable. He's down to earth, and a lot of people want him back on the show. And it's weird that he got on. And congratulations that you're getting married. If I wasn't hurt, I would fill out the paperwork and get my real nice suits out, get it dry clean, and drive to wherever you live and file the paperwork for you and marry you. That's not a problem. So BFR 0812, is your son coming back on? Yes, no? Oh, hold on. Let me add him back. What was you saying? Is he coming back on? You're live. You don't have to do hand language, sign language. Your mic's muted. There we go. And try that. Nope. What
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, I just sent him a message and I was like, buddy, you're live talking about our research. I was like, are you ready? And
Yeah,
never got anything back.
Yeah, he's got like 8 minutes. He's like, I got another show coming up. So I'm telling him to hurry up.
Well, see, that's what you get. We got to drop your kids off at their mom's house.
Oh, so he's not.
And mom doesn't believe in Bigfoot.
Well, I can't help you on that. But let me tell you something. We'll
figure something out. And if not, another night, my friend.
Yeah. If not, we'll get little Johnny drunk and put him in the ape suit and run around her house a few times.
Okay, how'd you know about my Wednesday?
Right. All right, sir. But yeah. So anybody else who wants to come on live, we got 7 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. 7 minutes. We'll get you on live. I'll send you this link. What about you, Sport Cat? Sergeant Cat, would you like to come on as well? You want me to get on another case? Absolutely. Bryanna just notified me that she lost power to her house. So I'm sorry about that, Bryanna. But it happens. No big deal. Scarborough, do you want to get on there? Yes, no. I know you love talking to psychics. 7 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not waste it. I mean, we got somebody special here. Absolutely.
Any footy matches coming up?
He says,
baseball?
I'm on the couch for good night. Good tonight. Oh. I don't know. I'm not into sports, so.
Me either, really.
You know. Yeah, I've always been too busy with the PD and the gun shop and off duty. I was an off duty. What do you call somebody that does something like terribly, like as much as possible? I can't tell you the word on the air, what we call each other, but we'll say a workaholic. So yeah. Glenn Jackson, Sport Cat says his favorite psych is Kath. Yes, absolutely. She's gotten much love tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure and like, subscribe, and follow us on this channel. We have so many different shows. It'd be nice to have the participation and some feedback. We do allow open mic nights on most of the shows. So BFRO, Old Bear Den, Grizzly, you are in the sports. Chasing Bigfoot is a sport. Yes, that is correct. BRFRO 812 is one of my guys I'm hooking up with.
Yes, sir.
That's right. And there's a couple other ones not too far from me. We've already got some dates set up. So Glenn Jackson, cool choice with Kat.
We're going to find him.
Yeah. And I already told him, hey, man, I've got AR pistols. I don't have it. I do have an AK-47 pistol. So
that's like a Graco, right?
It's too many holes. You want something left?
Well, hey, now look, ladies and gentlemen, I am a no-kill person. You know, the reason I've got it is because there are crackheads out there that make shake and bake meth and other stuff. And let me tell you something. If Dogman chases me, I cannot run. So I want to defend myself. So at least I have my 44 mag. Yeah, see, that's why I never would live in Aussie land.
We're not allowed.
Well, Chris, you remember the conversation we had?
Yes, I do.
The deal is you save your daughter and my son while also simultaneously getting a picture of me hugging Bigfoot.
Yeah.
If I die, I die. At least I die gloriously, and there's a cool picture.
Right. Yeah, because we know as soon as we drop something.
Don't say shit like that.
Well, over here, anytime somebody has an encounter, there's usually people that show up immediately. So, yeah. And
I
we
better behave
know,
myself.
yeah, no, we're fine. We know in America that our DNR and Fish and Wildlife, they hide in the bushes. So when we go tinkle,
Yeah.
they are watching us, and people don't realize that. That's their playland.
Well,
You know,
see,
that's
that's not always the case.
well,
It's not
yeah,
always the case because I know some of the places that I hike and camp, the DNR has absolutely no idea where the hell I am at.
Good.
And I thank you because I take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah.
But I went, oh gosh, it was in October. I went to do some hiking and I stopped at a spot that was not a extremely public spot. Like some people know about it and some people don't. You know what I mean? And oh, damn, there's a DNR officer. Okay, how you doing today, sir? We got talking for a minute, and he was like, well, we're just out here. And I was like, well, I was surprised you were out here because I have not seen any of you guys out here in like 3 years. He's like, yeah, well, we see you. You don't see us. I was like, sitting there thinking, I was like, excuse me, sir, but I'm pretty sure on some of the camping trips I've been in this area, if you saw me, you'd have said something because it got kind of sketchy. But I really don't think that they know all of the areas that they are supposed to be enforcing because pretty sure they don't know where the hell I camp.
yeah. We have a question for you, Kat. Old Bear Den, a Bigfoot says, Miss Cat, do you have the Yowie down under over there?
Apparently, we have an equivalent. Yeah. But you hear more about a big cat than you hear more of like a big, it's more of a cat. But there's a man, I'll have to go back through all my notes. He was at one of the IRVA conferences, and he was talking a lot about what was going on around my area with like unexplained things upstairs, and also different footage of different things, how that things were kind of disappearing through rocks. Very interesting. I'll try and find my notes on it and bring it back for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be really awesome because that's really fascinating, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. But oh man, really, ladies and gentlemen. Scarborough says, yes, Miss Cat, you got the Yowie down under. Scarborough says Australian big cats, Black Panthers, yes.
Yep.
But man, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time in the evening where we may have to call it. I got my next show coming up right now. But thank you for tuning in. And thank you, Kath, for joining. I appreciate you saving the show. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So it's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon. You have a good night, man. Oh, anytime.
Nice to meet everybody.
Take care, hon. Bye-bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, Grizzly from coast to coast and around the world. It's been wonderful. Make sure, subscribe, follow, like us. I'm sorry, but we have to go. It's that time. Well, we'll see you here in a couple of seconds. You're not going to believe the next guest. Yes, Kath is awesome. Yeah, Scarborough, I'll run that by her and see if she'll do another show. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I have to run to the next show because they're waiting for me. So, night-night. See you soon. Until then, good night, ladies and gentlemen.